I hope you can see that okay. It's a photo on Facebook from Anne Sterling, her place in North East America. I don't know exactly, I should do, but I can't offhand think of it. Got this lovely sky here, which is a lovely streaky, my sort of sky. And background, just in the distance, you can't make any detail out on it, it's just there. And it's diffused with the tops of these birch trees along here. But here we've got a great opportunity for scraping out with a finger. And this lovely dark shadow area here. So I presume the light is coming from here and coming across there. And we've got a few dark birches in the... This is taken from the end of her garden. Incredible place, beautiful birchwood. Really, really lovely. So I'll have a go. Let's see what I can do with it after spending 3 or 4 days on the abstracts. I'll put that there where I can see it, and I'll zoom you up. There we are. Right, okay, so zoom you out. Okay, nice. So, wet in wet. Hake, 2-inch hake. This is Fabriana, £130. I'm going to wet it all over with my Romance and large hake. This one's getting a little bit thin now. It's had a lot of use. It's the first, I think it's the first representational one I've done this week. Thank you for being patient with me while I have my sabbatical into the realms of, or sojourn into the realms of abstract expressionism. The world of Rothko and Pollock and de Kooning. Right, okay, so that while that's wet, I'll go through the colour. We've got cadmium yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, night red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna. The burnt sienna with a bit of red, or burnt umber and a bit of red, is going to come in very handy for the warmth in those trees, in those birch trees. So I'm going to just put in a sky. So let's have a bit of warm in the sky. So a bit of raw sienna, not too much to go over it all, and very little warm in the foreground. So what I'll do there, I'll give it a bit of a bluish tint with a touch of Payne's grey. This will all dry lighter than I put it on. Okay, that'll do. Let's just give it's got a bit more bluey. Might squeeze the moisture up the brush now. So all we're going to put on there, after we clip the paper, is there's some streaks of cloud done with my favourite grey is light red and ultramarine, but fairly light and slightly on the bluey side. Remember, it all dries lighter than you put it on, so that'll do. Right, that's the sky. Believe it or not, just take off the excess moisture from the bottom, otherwise it will dry back into a cauliflower. And cauliflowers we're not painting today. Right, okay, I'm going to give that a bit of a dry, so take your headphones off, or mute now. Okay, that'll do. Now you can see how much lighter the sky has gone. So we'll put in the distance. So same sky colour, but slightly darker. Yeah, so we'll put it fairly high. And it's more or less sort of, there are hills there, but they're so distant. We'll put a little bit of them in. And then we've got some yellow ochre, a bit of greeny. But quite faint. So just a bit of ochre or sienna mixed with some palette grey. Then under that would be some trees going across. Let's put in a bit of burnt sienna, I think. Just on the top of this. I've got to put some trees across here as well, a little in a distance. Anyway, this is just to represent the tips of the birches going across here. A bit of alizarin in there, I think. I'm still in abstract mode. There are some dark greens in there. Right, I'll go back to them a minute. I just want to bring these up here, just breaking the horizon a little bit. And I can continue painting on down there in a moment. Okay. Right, now there's this row of trees, so a bit of Payne's grey, blue, and a bit of sienna. Slightly heavier than before, but still bluish, but heavier than the top. So it's not. Okay. Just a row of distant trees. Need a bit of sparkle there for distant snow. Okay. Right, I'm going to put in some dark green now, so a bit in there. This is just some evergreen in the birches, really, and the blue. Comes up quite high there, and just some bit here and there. There's a squarish picture that I'm squeezing it, or stretching out into this sort of landscape here format. Right, okay. Now I'll put in some of this birch. All the warmth, probably catching the sun. So we've got burnt sienna and a bit of alizarin, or burnt umber and a bit of alizarin. That'll do. Let's just get all this in here. It's all in nice and wet, so that I can scrape into it. And we got this. It's got this dark greeny shadow. All nice and wet. almost down into the snowy bit. Remember to put it in. Right, I don't really know what that shadow colour is, but I'm going to put it in as blue and grey and some burnt sienna. Quite a bit of burnt sienna, but this is all shadow. And let's go a bit darker. Come up here a bit. And I want to bring it down. I'm going to have to work quick here. Because it gives the shape of the snow, bit of negative shape there. What will that do? Right, I'll get some darker stuff in there. And I want to keep that wet because I'm going to scrape out in it. I'll probably use a card, a bit darker there. Really darken this bit here. Some more bits here in there. Right, I'll quickly just put in this greeny sienna in here, just a little bit darker. Right, okay, card. Yeah, where's the card we want it? Right, okay, so just a few coming up here. That sienna's gone a bit dry, a bit too quick, but never mind. And we've got quite a few coming up here. Yeah, that's dried a bit too quick. Yeah, but never mind. It's the only way I know how to do this really. Put some more dark in there, and that's nice. And don't want it to turn to mud. A couple going over there. Okay, right, we'll let that dry a bit. Maybe if I wet it again, maybe wet this again with that heavier sienna. And I might stand a chance of scraping it out again. Might put a bit more green in there. So it looks so quick when you do something like this. You go right up into this horizon. These are closer to us. Right, I might put some fine lines with the rigger in there, but but I certainly want to dry that off and get that darker when it hits the snow. Okay, let's have a greeny dark in there, very dark. Payne's grey, blue, and the yellow, cage yellow. Let's get this all in here. I'm guessing this because the camera has overexposed or increased the darks, as it always does. Right, let's just open it up again. Right, okay. I'm going to put in some of that green in here. Just in the corner of the hake, just to give that impression that there's some evergreens here and there. Right. We can put some greens back in there, I think. This cadmium yellow is quite a bit different from the lemon yellow. Different greens. Right, I'm just using a bit of license here. Okay. Right, now we've got some dark that I need to put in darker. Now that's gone so light. That's snow, so I'm just going to clean off the palette and I'm going to colour it up a bit with a bluey grey. I want to keep it cold, I want to keep red out of it for the moment. So more ultramarine with a touch of grey. Let's have a bit of light coming through the shadow. And the darker bit here where that's catching. Right, well that's quite reasonable, I think. Plenty of sparkle in that. Right, now we've got some dryness in there. Let's see if we can just get some little bits of dark. Some of these trunks and arms on the shadow side of some of these. Good with a hake. You can get a nice chisel edge on it, really sharp. Need more shadow in there, isn't it? Someone coming over here. Oh, just in that tip there. Sorry if I'm asking you. Am I asking you? No, I think I am. I've got the camera quite high. Oh, lovely sharp edge on that. Let's bring the picture back. Okay. So a mixture of the scratchings out and some one or two, half a few hundred. Just showing the shadow on one side of the scratch out bits. Right, okay, now we've got some heavier trees coming up here. Could put some a couple here. One here. Dark back in here. Right, now I want to put a bit of shadow in from these. Can't see much of the shadow in the photograph, but that will have to do for that. I don't think there's much more I can do with that. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not going to do more than that. Maybe just put a bit of dark on that side. Bring that shadow around a little bit to show the snow. Creating a little hole around. Yeah. So right, okay, that'll do. Let's put it in a mount. This is my back to reality picture. I've enjoyed doing the abstracts, and I know a lot of you have. One of my Facebook friends, I'm sure he's on YouTube as well as a subscriber, he's quite a beginner, and I won't embarrass him by giving you his name, but he's been copying my work. A lot of you I know do, and I encourage it, but I don't encourage you to copy my work and then post it on my Facebook page. You should be able to work out your own design, but certainly copy my stuff to practice, but then do your own thing with it. And I was doing the abstracts, and mostly it's got some good comments, but not everybody's cup of tea, I'll be the first to admit. And I've done one of my abstracts from yesterday probably, and my friend who's done his version, not of mine. I told him not to copy, and he didn't. He did his own thing, and he sold it. One of his friends bought it, and I thought, well, that is fantastic. What a boost that's given his confidence. When somebody gives their hard-earned cash for one of your paintings, because it was different. It was an abstract, and this chap, obviously, his friends saw something in it, Well, that's the best I can do with that at the moment. Let's zoom in on it. Unfortunately, this wasn't dark enough and it dried a bit quick to get much of it lifted out. I probably should have done it a bit darker. And I'm not going to resort to using some white gouache. But anyway, there we are, silver birches from Anne Sterling's backyard. We would call that acres of wonderful countryside, but you call it a yard in America. Oh yeah, I'm not sure that's gone a bit back too far. I tried to give the impression of a dip at the base of the tree. I didn't want it to look like shadow. Because I wanted it to look, well, I did want it to look like shadow, but not a reverse shadow as well. Right, okay, let's zoom in on it. Let's zoom in out. Well, there we are. You can see what I've done. I've used the contrast between the dark shadow and the light of the paper to give the I've painted a negative space to give that. It's not accurate, but hey, I don't do accuracy. I don't do detail. I just do impressions, which is a catch-all phrase, isn't it? Really, do impressions, as if that makes an excuse for not being a good painting. Well, that's my effort anyway, and I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.